Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of these episodes, we're quickly going to recap on the previous. And in the previous episode, we had two games in the Premier League, one being against Watford, the second being against Arsenal, and then we, of course, faced off against Stevenage in the Carabao Cup. But the first game, of course, was against Watford, and it was a little bit of a difficult one. We managed to get the job done and bag the 3 points, but it was only after a late goal put us 3-2 ahead. Watford were a very, very difficult team to play against, and I'm just glad that we managed to find that third goal, beat them 3-2, and bag the 3 points. So then going into the game up next against Arsenal, the Gunners, I was a little bit worried, thinking, 3-2 against Watford on paper, we were the much better team, we should have won by a lot more. What are Arsenal going to do to us? But surprise, surprise, Arsenal didn't turn up, and we battered them 4-0. Absolutely incredible result against Arsenal, and to bag 4 goals in that game and then bring the 3 points back to Liverpool was absolutely insane. And then we did think that we were playing the Norwich game, but unfortunately a Carabao Cup got thrown in there on the 25th of August. So our first game in today's episode is, of course, against Norwich. But the team that was thrown in there was Stevenage in the Carabao Cup. And again, very similar game to like Watford. I thought on paper we should have absolutely dominated them, but we only managed the 2-1 victory. But nevertheless, it's a win, and we get through to the next stages of the Carabao Cup. And then as we come into today's episode, we've got Norwich up next at home. We've then got the end of the transfer window, and then we move into the month of September, where we play Fulham away in the Premier League, and we play Lokomotiv Moscow in the UEFA Champions League group stages. So out of those 3 games, of course, we are going to be playing Lokomotiv, we're going to be playing Fulham, and we are going to be simulating the first game in today's episode against Norwich. But something I quickly want to say, guys, because obviously I think it's best that I get this off my chest at the start of today's episode. I have not recorded. I'm recording this on the 19th of May, and hopefully you guys are seeing this on either the 20th or the 21st. And I don't know if you guys might be able to tell already, but I've been very, very unwell. Now, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, definitely go down below to the description and follow me on Twitter, because I did put out there that, unfortunately, guys, I became a little bit ill. I've had a real bad chesty cough, headaches, my sinuses have been playing up, my nose was blocked, and I'm telling you now, guys, we take for granted every day when we can breathe through our nose, because as soon as you're ill and you can't breathe through your nose, it's absolute hell. My temperature has been going skyrocketing through the roof. I've been absolutely roasting, where I'm having to, put thin layers on to try and cool my body down. I have the fan on me all the time. And then within an hour, I'm freezing, shaking, getting goosebumps, and I need to put layers on to warm me back up. My temperature's been through the roof, and it's just not been a very good couple of days. Now, from what I remember is I recorded on the 14th of May, which now is 5 days ago, which was the Man City episode. That went up on the 15th of May, and I haven't recorded, edited, or even been on YouTube since then, because unfortunately I've been going to work, coming back from work, and I've just wanted to go to bed, fall asleep on the couch, fall asleep in bed. I'm just absolutely knackered. So I'm going to try my best today, guys. Obviously, I'm still not feeling 100% now. I'm already starting to feel my temperature go up and I'm starting to sweat. But I'm just going to see how we get on today's episode. Hopefully, you guys should be seeing this on the 20th. If not, it's the 21st. And maybe that's because I couldn't do the whole episode today and I've had to split it up and do a little bit tomorrow. But I'm doing my best. I'm back on the grind. And let's hope I can produce a good episode for you guys today. Obviously, there won't be a lot of shouting. There won't be a lot of energy because, guys, my throat is killing me. So shouting will do me no favours. And of course, the energy, well, I've got none of that. I could have as many Red Bulls in the world, and I don't think my body would take any of the energy because I am just done for. But before we get into today's episode, we do have a few things to cover, which I did mention in the previous episode, and that was the fan objectives and transfers for Season 3 at Liverpool. So as I snap my fingers, the new fan objectives for Season 3 should appear on the screen now. And you should be seeing the fan objectives right now, so you can see the main 6 fan objectives. The titles, charity donation, which you guys have seen, but it's a little bit different this time. We've got the golden boot, record breaker, the mailman, the genie's wish, and retirement 7. We're going to go through these. Now, I will say, guys, and unfortunately, because I just wanted to sit down and record, you guys in the comment section actually come up with some of these. The golden boot was done by one of you guys, but obviously it wasn't called the golden boot. I called it the golden boot. Record breaker was done by, I think, George Kuru, the creator, about Gerrard and stuff, which we'll look over in a minute, so thank you so much for that. The mailman, I also think, was George Kuru, the creator, so thanks very much for that. Genie's wish, a few people mentioned Genie, so I've called it the Genie's wish. We'll go over that. And then retirement 7 is something that I come up with myself. But first things first, the top left one will go from top left down to the bottom, and then across the bottom, up and back into the middle. So the first one, charity donation. Now in season 2, we said whatever the goal difference was, we're going to be donating to charity. Now I have got a little sticky note in front of me that shows me we need to donate still £73 to charity. Because I haven't been well, guys, I haven't been able to do that video, but today's the 19th. Tomorrow is Monday the 20th. Between the 20th and the 25th, so sometime this week, I will record that video where we donate the money to charity. You guys win an Amazon £20 gift card. You win a hoodie, you win a t-shirt, whatever else that you guys have won or we need to give away. I will do that video and then you guys can win some prizes, sorry. So this time round, charity donation is very similar, but it's a little bit of a different objective. We are going to donate the amount of goals scored by the new striker we've just brought in from RB Leipzig, and that is Timo Werner. And this is going to be in all competitions. Now, I'm not sure, which we will look at now, if Timo Werner yet has scored any goals. Now, obviously, I'm looking at playing him in the Premier League and the Champions League. He is the second striker to Bobby Firmino, but I think, realistically, Bobby Firmino could pick up an injury. Anything could happen where Bobby Firmino is put out for a couple of games, and then we have to go with Timo Werner. So I don't see why he shouldn't score a few goals. But as I look down the list, he's played 2 games in the Asian League Cup where he got an assist. He's played 1 in the Premier League and 1 in the Carabao Cup. Now, he's yet to score and he's only got an assist. But I'm sure as time goes on, that will definitely change. And obviously, we went with goal difference in Season 1. And we managed to get it all the way to £73. Timo Werner probably not going to score 73 goals, but I'd be hopeful of him scoring anywhere between 20 and 30 goals. And regardless, we're donating the money to charity, and I'm sure whatever charity gets that money will appreciate no matter how we have come about it. But moving down from charity donation, down to the bottom left, we have Golden Boot, and that has scored 22 plus goals with Mane or Salah to match their Golden Boot record in 2018/2019 in the Premier League. Now, you guys will know because it's only just happened a week ago on Sunday, or a week ago today. Aubameyang, Salah and Mane all received a Golden Boot after scoring 22 goals in the Premier League. That is what we're going to try and do this year. Now, currently standing just in the Premier League, Salah has already got 3, so he's only 19 goals away from matching his 22, but we need to get 22 plus. So as long as he scores another 19 goals, we will have achieved the Golden Boot. So basically, it's just about Mane and Salah scoring as many goals as they can and trying to beat their record that they've just got in real life. Moving along from Golden Boot into the middle at the bottom, we've got Record Breaker, and I really, really like this one. With Naby Keita break Steven Gerrard's 08/09 record of 24 goals in one season. So in 2008/2009, Steven Gerrard scored 24 goals. Now again, we will go over to the squad hub and see how many Naby Keita has so far. Now, Gerrard's was 24 in the Premier League, so we are going to stick with the Premier League. So if we go down to Naby Keita and go over to stats, so far he has played 3 games, and in those 3 Premier League games, he scored 1 and got 2 assists. So he's only now got to score another 23 to match Gerrard's, but we don't want to match it. We want to break his record. So we need to score 25 goals with Naby Keita. Now, if you look at the Asian Elite Cup, he played 5 games and scored 8 goals. He's played 10 games in all competitions and already scored 9. So I highly doubt that it's going to be hard and difficult for Naby Keita to do that, because he's absolutely on fire at the moment, and I can't see why he won't score 24 goals plus this season for Liverpool in Season 3. Moving over now to the bottom right. This is a real good one as well. I really do like this one, so well done, George. The Mailman. Get 13 plus assists with Trent Alexander-Arnold or Andy Robertson. Again, in real life, Trent and Robertson had a competition with each other to try and get the most assists in the Premier League. Trent ended up winning it and got an Adidas shoe, a Golden Boot for assists, and he got 13 assists. So we are going to try and match his 13 or beat his 13 if possible. So again, if we go up now to Alexander-Arnold Trent and we have a look. So he's scored in the Premier League, but he is yet to get an assist. So he's played a total of 5 games. He's played 1 in the Super Cup, 2 in the Premier League, and 2 in the Asian League Cup. He has not got an assist yet, but does have a goal in the Premier League. If we look at Andy Robertson, so if we come back down to Robbo, and Robbo does have an assist. He's played 2 games. Sorry, no, he doesn't. He has a goal. My mistake. He's played 2 games in the Premier League, in which one of them he scored. He played a game in the FA Community Shield and done nothing. 5 games in the Asian League Cup and done nothing. 1 in the UEFA Super Cup and done nothing. So over the 9 total games he's played, he scored 1 goal and yet to get any assists. But again, like I was saying, in real life, and I like the fact these stats or these objectives are based on the players' form in the season that we've just had. So obviously Trent won it with 13. We're now going to try and beat that in this season 3 at Liverpool with either Robbo or Trent if possible. Moving up from the mailman in the bottom right to the top right, we have the Genie's Wish, and that is get a combined 20 plus goals and assists with Genie Wijnaldum. Now this might need a little bit of perspective put on it, because a lot of you might have read that and thought, so you want to score 20 plus goals with Genie and get 20 plus assists. No, guys, we want a combined, so he can get 10 goals and 10 assists, and he's completed it. He can get 15 goals and 5 assists, and he's completed it. It's just a combined. We're going to add his goals and his assists together, and hopefully try and get 20 plus. So if we now go down and look for Genie Wijnaldum, he is yet to score a goal, but he does have 2 assists which come from the Asian Elite Cup, and I think both of his assists were setting up Naby Keita. So I haven't put on that one that it's all competitions. You'll see, like with the charity donation, it says donate the amount of goals scored by Timo Werner, all competitions. I couldn't fit it all on with Naby Keita. Now, with Genie Wijnaldum. Now, I could have put on the Genie all competitions, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do this, and I wanted to have a little think about it. With the Genie's Wish, it's going to be all competitions, so we can already give him 2 for the assist he's got. So he's only now going to score either 18 goals, or he's going to get 18 more assists, or he can get 8 goals and 10 more assists, and that's going to be his combined 20 plus. So fingers crossed, and he is started off very well into the season. He got 2 assists in his 2 appearances in the Asian Elite Cup. He's playing very well in the Premier League, and let's just hope he can keep it up. But moving back into the middle, the main one up the top, the one that's highlighted in blue, it's a big one. It's retirement 7. Win all 7 pieces of silverware before retiring at the end of the season. Now, bit of a spoiler for you guys if you haven't watched any of the other episodes. I have announced that at the end of season 3, I will sadly be hanging up my suit and retiring at Liverpool. And the reason for this is obviously we have the 1 season wonder going now, which is going to go for around 5 seasons. We're currently at Man City in the Premier League, so we're doing the English side. We're then going to go out to Italy, Germany, Spain and France. We've got another 4 countries that we're going to go to, 4 different leagues, and try and win as much as we can. But obviously we are now coming, well, we're mid-May, we're coming to the end of May, and I decided that by the time I finish the Liverpool Career Mode Season 3, it's probably going to be in about a month's time. So it's going to be around mid-June. If I finish up at Liverpool Season 3 mid-June, I will have the time for the rest of June, July, August, and then a little bit of September, just over 3.5 months, to do 1 more, either Road to Glory, 1 more Career Mode, whatever you guys want to recommend, which you'll be recommending at the end of the season. So don't recommend anything now, guys. At the end of Season 3 at Liverpool, when I hang up my suit, you guys are then going to recommend teams, ideas, and so on. And it's going to give me 3.5 months to do 1 last Career Mode before FIFA 20 comes out, and then we can start preparing for the FIFA 20 content. But if we move back to the Retirement 7, you can see over on the right side next to the Genie's Wish, at the top it says Retirement 7, Season 3, so we're doing it in Season 3, and it is win the Asian Elite Cup, the FA Community Shield, the UEFA Super Cup, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and finally the UEFA Champions League. 7 competitions, 7 trophies, and that's why it's called Retirement 7. By the time we retire, we're going to do our best to win all 7 competitions. Now, luckily enough for us, we've already won the Asian Elite Cup, we've already won the FA Community Shield, and we also won the UEFA Super Cup. So we have the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League to go. 4 more competitions, and we potentially box off the fan objective Retirement 7. Now, sorry guys, I'm really feeling under the weather. I'm trying my best here. The issue that we have here now is a few of you will be looking at this like, Brad, apart from the charity donation saying donate the amount of goals scored by Timo Werner, it doesn't say what we're going to win. It doesn't, last year or in Season 2, if Mane, when Mane scored a hat-trick, you guys got a t-shirt. If we done this, you got a hoodie and so on. If we won the Champions League, got an Amazon £20 gift card. But this time it doesn't actually say what you're going to win. And this is where I'll explain now. the charity donation is not included in this. But if we win, or complete, should I say, the Golden Boot, Record Breaker, the Mailman, the Genie's Wish, and Retirement 7 to the other 5 fan objectives, because we're going to obviously tick off the charity donation no matter what, whether Timo Werner scores 1 goal or 100 goals, we're donating that amount of goals to charity in British pounds. But as long as we complete the other 5 fan objectives, which it's not going to be easy, and that's why the prize is really good. If we complete the other 5 objectives and complete all 6, you will win, one person, a £50 Amazon gift card or a prize up to the worth of £50. You'll win a Turtle Beach headset and potentially a t-shirt or hoodie from my clothing line. Potentially both, potentially one, I don't know yet. But £50 in Amazon gift card or a prize of up to £50. So if you said, oh Brad, I'd rather have a brand new controller that's £45, I'll buy you that controller and ship it to you. The Turtle Beach headset, whether you're on PlayStation or Xbox, you will get the newer Turtle Beach headset and that'll be posted out to you. And then also a hoodie and a t-shirt or a hoodie will be also posted out to you if we do first of all complete all 6 and you do win the prize. So a little bit different this year. Instead of doing prizes for each objective, if we just complete all the objectives, there's just going to be one big prize. And potentially if the headset is valued anywhere between £50 to £100, you're also getting £50 in an Amazon gift card and up to £50 worth of clothing line, or £50 worth of my clothing line. Then you're potentially getting anywhere between £100 and £200 worth of gifts. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to the fan objectives this year. And we need to start getting it on the way because we've got some important games in today's episode. So we've got Norwich up next to home, which we are going to be simulating. We're then going to be finishing off the transfer window, and then we're going to be playing Fulham and Locomotive for the two games in today's episode. Now, something I quickly want to touch up on is a lot of you guys were saying, Brad, what are we going to do about transfers? There's plenty of players that I want to recommend. And then some of you saying, Brad, I want you to buy someone, but I don't know who. A few people said, look at bringing Matthias de Ligt in from Ajax because that's realistic. I've seen someone said bring Messi in. Who else was it? Bring Antoine Griezmann to Liverpool. There was lots of names and players thrown out there, and I've decided what I'm going to do is we're retiring at the end of the season, so I'm actually going to finish this transfer window and I'm not going to make any signings. But when we get into January, any players you want me to sell and buy, so if you want me to sell Mane and bring in Sterling, we'll do it. If you want me to sell Bobby and bring in Messi up top or Suarez, I'll do it. If you want me to sell Naby Keita and bring in Toni Kroos, I'll do it. If you want me to sell Van Dijk and bring in De Ligt, I'll do it. Because I decided when we get into January, you guys first of all aren't going to mess up the team where you want me to sell everyone and bring in 70, 80 rated players. We've got a solid squad right now. But what I also realise is when we get into January, we've got February, March, April, May. We've got 4 months left until the end of Season 3. And we may as well make it as unrealistic or as realistic as you guys want it. If you want me to bring Messi and Ronaldo in, we'll bring Messi and Ronaldo in because we've had an absolutely incredible 3 seasons at Liverpool. So why not get out there, sign some big players. We can try them for then in the one season wonder. If we've had that player at Liverpool, we can say, do you know what? He was quite good. We might bring him in and try him at whatever club we're at in one season wonder. We can try out players that we've never played with. But we've still got to remember, we've still got to try and win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League and the Champions League. So we don't want to mess up the team too much. But I've decided for the last 4 months, when we get into January, I can make signings as unrealistic as I want or as realistic, and so can you guys. So hopefully you're all looking forward to the January transfer window. But in this transfer window, we'll be ending it. We'll try and move on some of the young players, but apart from that, we won't be making any further signings this transfer window. And that's enough talking for the start of today's episode, guys. I know it took a long time doing the fan objectives and the transfers and explaining that I haven't been too well, but you know what? We have to get that out the way. It's an important part of the video. It's an important part of information that you guys need to know so you know where we're going when we move forwards. But the game against Norwich, the first game in today's episode, we are at Anfield and I am going to be simulating it, and we are putting out the usual strong starting 11. We've got Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then we've got Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back, with of course Alisson between the sticks. Now obviously we just looked over the fan objectives. Because we are going to be simulating games, we won't know. Oh, I just dropped my controller. Brilliant. We won't know whether Trent's going to get the assist or Robertson gets the assist or Salah or Mane get the assist. We don't know about assists. So exactly the same as we did in Season 2, every 5 episodes. Now, I know I've just released this in episode 74, but I'm going to wait 6 episodes. We're going to look over them in episode 80. And then from then on, it's going to be 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, as long as it takes, but every 5 episodes. But for this time, as a one-off, we're going to wait 6 episodes, because like I was saying, when we simulate this game, which we're about to against Norwich now, if Mane and Salah score, I don't really know who's got the assist unless I go and look. So that's exactly why every 5 episodes, we're going to look to see if any of the actual games that we've simulated, any of the players have picked up a assist or so. But let's go ahead and get the players warmed up. It's a big game against Norwich and an important 3 points that we need. The referee blows his whistle and we are 5 minutes in with nothing happening yet. 10 minutes just passed, 15 minutes in. Come on, lads, we need to score. Fabinho picks up a yellow card in the 18th, then scores 2 minutes later to rectify his mistake of picking up the yellow card. Close picks up a yellow card in the 34th. Bobby Firmino scores in the 35th. Coutinho on for Mane in the 48th. We're deep into the second half now. Alisson has picked up an injury in the 55th minute. That is not good news for Liverpool whatsoever. 75 minutes in with 15 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Fabinho scores a penalty and has scored 2 goals against Norwich. And we do finish the game 3-0. We keep a clean sheet. And the worst news to come out of that game is Alisson has picked up an injury. Hopefully it is not going to be too serious, because we need Alisson. Yeah, we've got George Bailey, but Alisson is our main man. Hopefully it's not too serious. We'll go and have a little look now. But well done to Fabinho picking up 2 goals after a not very good start with that yellow card in the 18th minute. But he did rectify that by scoring 2 minutes later. And Bobby Firmino also scored in the 35th minute. So well done, lads. 3-0 against Norwich at home. What a great result that is. Right, so I'd usually cut all this out, but we was only being 1 day away from the August transfer window. For the transfer window shutting in the summer, I've just done the player development. We're now going to jump over to the emails and go through this, because obviously I didn't want to leave this all off camera and cut it out. But we've had an email from the Liverpool board with the subject, great work. Hi Brad, just wanted to thank you for helping the club reach one of its brand exposure goals that we set out to accomplish this season. We wanted to earn at least £176 million from shirt sales this season, and we couldn't have done it without you. Keep up the good work, the board of directors. So we've already ticked off, not a fan objective, but certainly one of our personal manager objectives. So happy days. Transfer talks have broken down with Nathaniel Phillips. Always tends to happen. And bad news, Alisson has suffered a dead leg quad and will be out for 3 days. So luckily enough, Alisson is not out for a huge amount of time. And hopefully with us having the transfer window up next, he should be back fully fit for the next game. Fingers crossed, because obviously 3 days from now, we'll take us to about the 2nd or 3rd into the next month, and obviously we've got the transfer window in there, so fingers crossed he'll be fully fit for the next game. But let's go ahead and take it to the final 10 hours of the transfer deadline day on Monday the 31st of August. Now, we're not looking at doing any business ourselves other than moving on some of the youngsters, so let's go ahead. And I may end up skipping all this transfer deadline day out, guys, if nothing happens, because realistically I'm not buying anyone, and some of the youngsters I'm sure you guys are not too fussed about knowing whether they have stayed or left. Right, so I've now advanced all the way to the game against Fulham. Now, I probably just cut out probably the last 6 hours of that transfer window, because we didn't have any bids coming for any of our players. And of course, we weren't looking at buying anyone. So I thought there's no point in leaving all this in. It's just going to drag the video out longer. So I thought I'd just remove it all. So guys, unfortunately, none of the youngsters went out on loan, and we didn't look at bringing anyone in. Now, luckily enough, I have already seen that Alisson is fit, and it's a good job he's fit for this email over at the office. We've had another training injury, and it says, hi boss, an injury occurred in training. Unfortunately, George Bailey, our backup keeper, has suffered a broken ankle. The initial assessment for our medical department is that he'll be out for 7 weeks, which would have been massive if Alisson would have been out for say 2 or 3 months. We then have George Bailey out for 7 weeks. We'd have been down to our 3rd keeper. So luckily enough, Alisson is fit and hopefully rearing to go for the next 7 weeks at least, until George Bailey is back fully fit. The transfer deadline day has ended, and a total amount spent across all leagues was 820 million, nearly £1 billion spent on the summer transfer window. So let's go ahead and delete that, and now we are ready to face off against Fulham. I am going to play the game against Fulham and the game up next in the Champions League against Locomotive, but this is the lineup we are putting out against Fulham. We've got Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Naby Keita in the central midfield role. A little deeper in the central defensive midfield, we've got Fabinho, and then Robertson and Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back, with finally fully fit after a well and truly rested, well-deserved break as well, because a few of the players went out with international after the transfer window was closed. We've had a nice 2 weeks off, and all the team, apart from Van Dijk a little bit, is back and looking fully fit. But let's go ahead and get into this game against Fulham. We are currently top of the Premier League, joint top, should I say, with Newcastle United, 2 points ahead of third position. Everton, who are currently technically in second position, because we are obviously ahead of Newcastle on goal difference. And we go into this game with Mo Salah joint top with Leroy Sané, Garcia and Verzou from Watford, top Premier League scorers. Hopefully Mo Salah can get on the score sheet against Fulham in today's episode, because we are looking to score 22 goals plus with either Salah or Mane. So fingers crossed Mo Salah can turn up and do a job at the Craven Cottage against Fulham. Well, we've come to the Craven Cottage to take home 3 points back to Anfield, back to Liverpool.
It's match time.
But I just know games like this are never going to be an easy one. You know, on paper, like Watford, we should have dominated Watford. It went to 3-2 and it was not an easy game. You've got to remember we're playing on ultimate difficulty now in Season 3. Some games have definitely been easier than others. Some have been ridiculously difficult, like the game against Watford, and I expect no different against Fulham. Kamara up top. He is going to look at punishing us today and scoring a few goals without a doubt. We are looking to score with Mane, Bobby and Mo Salah up top, and it is going to be Fulham to kick us off in this first half period. Let's get it underway. Let's see what damage we can do. Fabinho going through now to Bobby. Bobby going to ping one over the top now, looking for Mo Salah. And here comes Mo Salah now from one end of the pitch to the other. Mo Salah onto his left foot, looks to bend one, and he's just scored his fourth goal. Well, this is the thing which helps me out so much. Having Bobby Fabinho, Mo Salah and Sadio Mane up top helps out so much, because we had Fulham battering down our end, having 2-3 attempts on goal, passing nicely on the edge of the box. But a few passes, a ball over the top to Mo Salah, gets us through on goal, and we're 1-0 up after 9 minutes. So we've gone from Fulham being absolutely all over of us like a rash to suddenly we're up their end of the pitch and putting one in the back of the net. Well done Mo Salah on his fourth goal already in the Premier League, and he is looking to get forwards more often to get up to those 22 plus goals. Still Fabinho to play it over now to Trent. Trent straight up the line to Mo Salah. This is beautiful. Mo Salah pulls one back. Nice ball in now for Gini Wijnaldum and makes it 2-0. Well done, Gini Wijnaldum. Now all I can say, guys, is you'd normally be used to listening to me screaming, shouting Gini's name. I'm sorry, I don't have the energy. I don't have the voice. My throat is killing me. I've already been recording for 40 minutes. And my voice is killing me, so bear with me. But you know what? Gini scores a goal. That means he's got a goal and 2 assists. And we are already 3 goals in, or 3 combined goals and assists in towards his 20 for the Gini's wish. So I'm glad that Gini Wijnaldum has also just got on the score sheet against Fulham. Straight up now to Mane, inside to Gini Wijnaldum. Gini laying it off now, play it through now to Naby Keita through a goal! And it's a goal from Naby Keita. Well, we've got record breaker, another goal for Naby Keita, who's trying to beat the record of Gerrard's Premier League 08-09 record of 24 goals. He's not doing so bad at all. That's already 2 goals to his name. We've got the Geni's wish. He's just scored another one to add to his goals and assists. We're yet to get an assist with Trent or Robertson. And we've had a goal with not Sadio Mane, with Mo Salah towards that golden boot record. So the 3 players that have scored in this game against Fulham are all pushing towards that fan objective they're trying to complete. And as we play it round at the back, the referee is going to blow for half time. Fulham literally kicked off, played it around at the back, and the referee blows for half time at Craven Cottage. We're 3-0 up, and we definitely deserve to be 3-0 up. We've been all over this side. They're not really sure how to come at us. Don't get me wrong, the first 8-9 minutes they were killing us. I was a little bit worried, but once we got that first goal with Mo Salah, we started to relax, play good football. We're playing nice passes around, balls in behind, over the top. We're finding the right routes that we've got to get down. And we're clearly scoring goals after we are 3-0 up after just 45 minutes. So we are going to get into the second half with Bobby Firmino kicking us off. Let's get it underway. And let's hope for another 3 goals in this second half. Salah in a great position, going to cut this back onto Salah's left foot. Looks to bend one, and Salah scored a second. Oh, it's a walk in the park against Fulham. Mo Salah has now got 5 goals. We're looking for 22 goals plus this season. He scored 5 after just a few games in the Premier League. Well done, Mo Salah. And he's on for his hat-trick. I think he has scored a hat-trick already this season. Or maybe that was in pre-season, but he's certainly on for another hat-trick in this game against Fulham. Naby Keita straight up now to Bobby. Bobby going to place one home now to Mo Salah. And Mo Salah coming forward now on for his hat-trick. Here comes Mo Salah. Mo Salah for a hat-trick. And he's done just that. Well done, Mo Salah. 58 minutes. And he's already scored a hat-trick. It's 5-0 against Fulham. I cannot believe we are playing an ultimate difficulty. I honestly feel like we should take it down to Legendary, because Legendary felt more difficult than Ultimate. But we're absolutely cruising on Ultimate. Absolutely cruising. And Mo Salah on his left foot, outside the boot. Genie to Fabinho coming forward. I'm going to play that ball through now to Naby Keita, who's through on goal. Takes it on to his right. Looks to hit in the bottom left. It's 6-0. This is absolutely unbelievable. Naby Keita going for that record breaking of beating Gerrard's 24 goals in the Premier League in 08-09. And he scored 2 just against Fulham. He's absolutely on fire, and after scoring that goal, he's going to make his way to the bench for, I do believe, the Ox. I do believe I brought Ox on for Naby Keita and not Gini Wijnaldum. Win that ball. Nicely done there. Ball down now to Coutinho. Inside now to Fabinho, who's coming forward. Fabinho lays off to Timo Werner. Through to the Ox. Going through now, looking for Philippe Coutinho. Through a goal! Coutinho has been on the pitch less than a minute and has just scored the 7th.
I'm not sure he's touched the ball before this, but
I mean, if I would have went charity donation and done the same in season 2, the goal difference would be donating easily plus £100 in season 3. What a ball through from the Ox, through to Coutinho, who slots home for the 7th goal and his first goal in the Premier League. Well done, Phil. And what a scoreline this is. Come on, let's keep going here, lads. I'm pretty sure as we win this ball now, in which we do, the referee is surely going to blow for full time. He hasn't yet, but he does now. I thought we were going to have maybe one more attack to look for that 8th goal to come from Timo Werner. It doesn't happen, but Mo Salah picks up man of the match without a doubt, and also the match ball after scoring a hat-trick with only 4 attempts on goal. He put 3 of them in the back of the net. What an incredible result against Fulham. 14 shots, 10 on target, 7 of them ended up in the back of the net. Mo Salah, well and truly deserved, picks up man of the match with a 10.0 rating. We absolutely smashed Fulham, and I hope we can get a sort of similar scoreline against Lokomotiv Moscow up next in the Champions League. Right guys, I've done all the player development, done all the emails, sorted out the squad for this game up next against Lokomotiv Moscow, and we can now see our group in the Champions League. We have ourselves, Dortmund, FC Porto and Lokomotiv Moscow. So realistically, I'm thinking without a doubt we should get through the group stages, and I'd be very, very happy to finish in the top 2, but we are going to aim for that top position. Obviously, you guys know retirement 7, we are out to win the Champions League, so we need to focus, we need to win every game that we can, and we also need to make it entertaining and score plenty of goals for you guys at home. But this is the lineup we are putting out against Lokomotiv. We've got Mane out on the left wing. We've got Timo Werner for his first start in that striker position for Liverpool. We've got Junior out on the right wing. We've got Gini Wijnaldum linking up with the Ox in the central midfield role. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield. Then Robertson and Van Dijk, Gomez and Trent at the back, with of course Alisson between the sticks. Now I know that Van Dijk and Trent are starting this game, as well as Sadio Mane. Not fully fit, I would say 98% fit. But I have got backups with Semedo on the bench ready to come on at right back if needs be. We've also got Jonathan Tah to come on at centre back if Van Dijk's looking a little bit worse for wear. And we also have Ryan Sessegnon ready to come on at that left wing position if Mane does start to struggle. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Timo Werner does, because as you guys know, we're going to donate the amount of goals scored by Timo Werner in all competitions. So can he first of all score his first goal for Liverpool, and secondly, maybe score his first goal in Champions League football? But let's go ahead and get into this game against Lokomotiv. We know it's not going to be an easy one. We literally just need to bag the 3 points. We can't risk playing a B/C squad. We've got to be putting out the best squad that we possibly can in Champions League. This is what I was saying in the previous episode about the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. Obviously, we want to win them all so we get that retirement 7. It's very important we get that. But we are against Lokomotiv Moscow. We're on ultimate difficulty. Let's get it underway, and let's hope we can have the same sort of result like we did against Fulham. Another Champions League night, but it's our first Champions League game in Season 3. Again, same sort of situation with Fulham. On paper, we should absolutely dominate. On paper, we should have dominated against Fulham, and that's exactly what we did. On paper, Lokomotiv Moscow should be a walk in the park. Whether that happens, only time will tell. It's a Champions League night, it's a different game compared to playing one in the Premier League. I don't know many, if any, should I say, Lokomotiv Moscow players, but they're against one of the best teams in Europe, Liverpool FC, so they're going to come out with a game plan. And they are going to look to beat us, but hopefully we can do some damage against Lokomotiv as they kick us off in this first half period. Sadio Mane back to Gino Wijnaldum. Fabinho laying it off now to the Ox, onto that right foot. The Ox looks to bend the one over. It's a big save from the keeper, who denies the Ox and denies us going 1-0 up. Let's win the header if we can, and we have done with Timo Werner, and that's a great header down to Junior now, who looks at getting ahead of these Lokomotiv defenders. And I'll tell you what, with all the space in the world, playing in now, looking for Timo Werner. I can't believe we haven't scored from that. Ball down now. Robertson's going to come across. Virgil van Dijk's going to lunge in there for that one. Let's get a block on it. Let's try and get this ball out. We don't, and it's over the bar from Ribas. And the referee does blow for half time. It's been a little bit of a difficult one, to be honest. We've had a few chances. I don't know whether we've had enough clear-cut chances to say that we should be winning this game. But as for stat-wise, well, we've absolutely killed off Lokomotiv Moscow, and all we can do now is jump into the second half and hope that the front three, Mane, Junior and Werner, can put us 1-0 up, because if we don't keep pushing, we're certainly not going to win this game, and we need to win our first Champions League game. Up to Fabinho. Fabinho through now, and let's look at putting Timo Werner through on goal. Here comes Timo Werner on his right foot, looks at Benny in, and Timo Werner scored his first Liverpool goal. Right on the 50th minute. And we are donating the amount of goals scored by Timo Werner this season. And he's just scored his first for Liverpool. It's his first start for Liverpool. It's also his first Champions League start. It's took him 50 minutes, but finally he scored that important goal to put us 1-0 up, and also put £1 in the bank to be donating to charity. Well done, Timo Werner. And finally we're 1-0 up. Here's Fabinho. Junior pings one in now towards the back post, looking for Robertson, who is there, and it's just wide the goal. Fabinho going to wait for this ball through now to the Ox, laying it off now to Coutinho, through now to Timo Werner, who's going to take it first time. It's off the crossbar. Timo Werner to bring it down to Coutinho on the volley, and the keeper collects that one, no problem. We just haven't had the opportunity. Gomez picks that ball up and then gives it straight away, but the referee is finally going to blow for full time. Well, the commentator's saying there the Liverpool fans won't mind this at all. If I'm completely honest, as well a real life fan, but mainly the person controlling the players and playing this career mode, I'm very, very disappointed. Yeah, it's great to get the 1-0 result, but winning 1-0 to Lokomotiv Moscow, and we have those kind of stats, 17 shots, 9 on target. We should have had so many more shots on target, and we should have had so many more goals in the back of the net. We don't, but I suppose we look on the bright side at the end of today's episode. We win our first Champions League game in the group stages against Lokomotiv Moscow, and we do that by beating them 1-0. Right guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. I've now advanced all the way to the next match against Manchester City, ready for the next episode. And in the next episode, well, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult one, because we've got Manchester City in the Premier League at home. We've then got West Brom in the Carabao Cup, and I want to play that game because obviously we want to win the Carabao Cup, so we can lay off a little bit with some of the Premier League games, because we are ending today's episode 5 games in, all 3 points collected, and we are now 2 points clear of second position Newcastle, where we find ourselves on 15 points, and Newcastle being on 13 points. And then the third game in the next episode, it's a Premier League game, and it's against 6th position Wolves. Once again, Wolverhampton Wanderers are smashing it in the Premier League and find themselves currently in a UEFA Europa League position. So let's see how we get on in those games. But I think I'm going to play the City game, I'm going to play the West Brom game, and then I'm going to hopefully, fingers crossed, win the simulated game against Wolves. But we have covered quite a lot in today's episode, guys. We've done the fan objectives. We've also talked about transfers. I've mentioned that in the January transfer window, we're going to do it as unrealistic or as realistic as you guys want. If there's a player out there you want me to sign, let me know. And without a doubt, we'll just go in for them and try and get them into the team. If we have to play for the last month or two a little bit of a completely different team to what we usually do, as long as we've got the Premier League, the Champions League, all stuff like that boxed off, there should be no problem doing that. But before I end today's episode, I just want to apologise, guys. I know that I sound rough as toast. I know that I've made plenty of mistakes. I know that I've been sniffling for the most of today's episode. I know I dropped my controller. My temperature is through the roof. I am absolutely sweating here. Absolutely buckets of sweat. I can only apologise that I haven't sounded excited for today's episode. I haven't been full of energy. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's simply because I've got no energy to give you. You know, the normal episode, I'm excited, I'm raring to go, I'm energetic for recording. I'm not well, and I just don't have the energy to be putting into recording, unfortunately, guys. So the fact I've barely got any energy, I've put as much as I possibly can into today's episode, and hopefully you guys understand. And as soon as I'm back to normal, guys, I am going to try and record as much as I can this week, but the sooner I am back to being fully fit and not under the weather, the sooner you guys can have the energetic MassiveBrad that you are so used to. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.